And up next, we have Marianne. Hey, Marianne.
Hey, how are you?
Fantastic. Thank you for calling. How can I help you?
Well, thank you. I enjoy listening to you, and this might be a repetitive question because I know that you, I believe, are for people filing the latest they can. However, my question is where I keep reading that Social Security is going to be probably imploding before 2034, that maybe I should just, and this is the other thing, my particular situation is I would like to retire from my current job, which I have a pension with. It's not huge, but it's a pension. By the time I'm 62, and I'm 60 now, thinking that I might take it right at 62. Wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah. So you like your job?
I'm done with it.
You're finished. So you're 60 now, and at 62, you're going to walk away whether you file for Social Security or not.
Right.
Gotcha. I understand. So here's my thoughts on basing a filing decision on the potential bankruptcy, as they say, of the Social Security system. I don't think it's a good rationale for it. I don't. Now, I'll go back to a statement you made at the beginning. I'm not always for individuals filing at the latest possible. There's a lot of good reasons to file at 62. Some of the largest videos on the channel that we've made are about great reasons to file at 62. And so, I do think that there are often some fantastic reasons that you should. And sometimes, your family situation is one of them. So, Marianne, are you married?
Nope, single, but I have a significant other.
Okay.
And his Social Security situation is a whole nother issue. He should probably be calling you too, but I think that his would be way too lengthy to discuss, actually.
Way too convoluted for the phone, huh? Okay.
Exactly.
So, then let me just share my thoughts with you about the topic of your call. If you file at 62, and let's say that Social Security does have an implosion, as you called it, at 2034. Now, right now, what they're thinking is going to happen is if there are no legislative changes, if there are no law changes that come in, swoop in, and rescue the system, then there's going to be an across-the-board 25% cut to benefits, okay? For some reason, people think, well, if I file early, I'm going to be able to escape that. Well, no, you won't. There's going to be an across-the-board cut if one were to happen. So if you waited till your full retirement age to file, you would be collecting more, which would still have that 25% cut than you would if you filed at 62 and you got the 25% cut. Now, I understand the rationale to say, well, I can collect more benefit payments between now and then. But, I'm not too worried about that happening, frankly. I do think that there's challenges with the system. There's no question about it. But I was doing some reading just yesterday, and the last time the system got in a similar scenario was in 1983. And on April 20th of 1983, President Reagan signed the Social Security Amendments of 1983. Now, it was just 73 days later that they had forecast that the system would be out of money and there wouldn't be enough payroll taxes coming in to pay the benefits they needed. And unlike now, that was only a short-term problem that's going to last for 2 or 3 years, but still, it was a problem where they wouldn't have enough money to pay benefits. And they waited until the 11th hour to address that problem and to fix it. And that's when they added the taxation of benefits, and they put some other things in there, the windfall elimination provision. I imagine what's going to happen this time. It's going to get kicked down the road a ways. I wish it wouldn't, but I think it is. And then right before calamity, right at the 11th hour, they're going to come in with a rescue package that's probably going to fundamentally change Social Security as we know it. But I would not file based on the thinking that Social Security is going to go away. And the other thing with Social Security changes, just to maybe make you feel better about any changes that could be coming, they have a long history of making these changes that phase in very gradually. You know, if you look at the full retirement age changes, it took forever for those to move up from 65 to 67. If you look at the way that benefits are taxed, they started taxing benefits in 1983, left the thresholds static, and that way incomes can gradually climb up into there. You know, I think the number that I saw was when benefits first started being taxed, it was somewhere around 3 billion collected. And by 2029, it's going to be 90 billion. And those are the kind of gradual phases that they take this legislative action. So I don't think that current recipients of Social Security are going to have any issue when they do come in and make these changes. I think it'll be future recipients, folks like me and people that are even younger than me. So I don't think you're going to have a problem.
Well, maybe I'll wait till 65. That's when the Medicare kicks in and everything, instead of waiting till 67.
You know, it does. It comes down to a lot of factors. It's you've got to make a decision that works in tandem with all of your other assets. You don't want to give up any more of your Social Security benefits than you have to through taxation. You want to make sure that you make a good decision, and it's really not a do-it-yourself decision. It's something that you need to get some help with.
Yeah.
Well, perfect.
It really is a lot of variables, like your retirement, how much you're getting in your pension or any annuities or, stock market, and probably, all those other things, I imagine, combined.
So many variables.
To figure it out.
So many variables. And that's why, I tell people you've got to get some qualified help. And I used to do these consultations myself, and we finally overwhelming demand, and we had to stop doing those. But, we're coming up with a resource in the very near future where we're going to be able to get people the help they need to make a good decision. So stay tuned to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and hit that notifications bell, because that way, when we make this announcement, you'll be on the list to be notified. Hey, thanks for calling, Mary Ann. I appreciate it.